Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the world famous, the world renowned Sunday night live stream. Here we go, folks. Here we go. All right, you ready? You ready for a big one? Ready for a big one? Hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. Huh? You having a wonderful Sunday out there? That's really all that matters. That's all that matters when it really boils down to it. You know? Who's out there having a good one? I probably should have drank more liquids before I started this. I got some show and tell. I got some other random stuff. And I thought this was Japanese. I don't know the difference between a lot of different Asian characters, but this is a Pepsi peach. It is supposed to be peach flavored. Is this Japanese? It doesn't look like Japanese to me now. But if any of the fine folks at Pepsi Cola America would like to pass along my information, this is not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. So get my information over to the right folks, and we will try this. We will taste test this shortly, okay? And that's gonna be it's gonna change things. You know what I mean? Things are gonna change after that, so be prepared. You know what I mean? Be prepared. Things will be different. Things will be different. It'll never be the same after we taste test this Pepsi Peach, okay? Or Peach Pepsi. What should it be? Pepsi Peach or Peach Pepsi? Because they usually like to go with the soda name first, you know, when it's like the big brand name. Oh, maybe not. Vanilla Coke. But I'm thinking like Pepsi Blue, Coke Zero. I don't know. I guess that's not a flavor. You know what? This is falling apart. My whole theory's falling apart here. Anyways. JD, what up? Shot Simple, what up? Jenny, what up? Bay Area Throwbacks, what up? Yeah, it does look Korean, right? I swear I thought it was Japanese, though, but that does look like Korean characters. But I'm far from an expert. Far from an expert. Now, I know, look, I'm sorry to let you guys down. I know you're like, usually you're our guiding light in most aspects of life. And here I am just letting you down. I apologize for that, you know. I'm not Superman. I'm merely a struggling YouTuber. Okay. I got some cool little show and tell stuff to show you guys. One of them's in the thumbnail. And then, yeah. I got my boy Looney right here, okay. Bay Area Throwbacks, you didn't show us if you got the Looney pin or not. How many people have that tattooed on themselves? Wild Cherry Pepsi. So Peach Pepsi. You're right, Wild Cherry Pepsi. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, why do I feel like they always like to put the soda name first? Like, get the brand name out there? I don't know. New Coke, you know? Anyways, yeah, I'll taste test that in a moment. I know that's, people have been clamoring for that. The streets have been talking that I was going to try this Peach Pepsi. And I don't want to let the people down, first and foremost. You did not get a pin? Whoa. Nothing makes me happier than your theories falling apart. I mean, you must have a pretty depraved life then, my friend, because it doesn't happen very often. So if those are the crumbs that you're searching for, right? Like a little anteater, your tongue, you're just searching for any little morsel of satiation, dude, and you're looking for me and my theories to fall apart. Oh my God, your ribs must be showing, because there ain't a lot there, you know what I mean? Ain't a lot there. What's up, Mark? Dude, and the nerve of you didn't even get a Kevon Looney pin? The nerve of you, huh? Controversial, I would swap pods for loons. Man, you do not like pods. Well, I'm you're not the only one. I know a lot of people. He's not the most popular guy right now, but I mean, I almost would take that just because we don't have size. Warriors do not have size, and yeah, we could use some of that back. Some of these lineups we've been having lately, tiny, teeny, tiny little lineups. All right. First of all, let's talk about the 49ers. Okay, we're looking good, folks. We're looking good. We're looking good, folks. Okay, even with all the injuries, even all the youngsters and stuff, we're looking good. What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? The Rams lost today. All right, we gave the Panthers the secret sauce, I guess. Shanahan must have pulled them aside post game, before they went into the locker rooms, pulled them aside and gave them a few little pointers or something. And then the Vikings Vikings goose egg against the Seahawks. Could have helped us. Could have helped us out there. But they didn't. The Vikings letting us down. Just like they've been letting down their fan base for a very long time, right? But look, man. We got the bye week. Everyone's going to heal up. I really wish... It's just... Knowing that there's like no Bosa or Warner coming back, just that sucks, But teams doing what it's got to do, dude. Brock's doing his thing, right? A little bounce back week. In the cold, even in the frozen tundra of Cleveland. Defense looking good, even players that you wouldn't really expect, but Robert Saleh, dude. Robert Saleh, what can you say? What can you say? Can't say nothing. Because last week, so I went to the game last Monday. Met JD there, keeping the faith on YouTube. Go subscribe. And, Brock threw 3 interceptions in the first half. It was not looking good. But we never dropped the lead. We had the lead the whole game. I mean, we did what we had to do. And then this week, offense played better. Yeah, because the thing was last week, besides the picks, the 49ers pretty much dominated the Panthers. Most aspects of the game, it was just those picks. So I don't know. Again, we do have a weird schedule this year. Really, it's one of those schedules where on paper it looked like a very easy schedule. But then this year, there's a lot of surprises. So any given Sunday, folks, and that's that. Hi from me and Gabe, who's driving back. Where are you guys? Are the people starting to see the whole pods thing? Yeah, Shot Simple. There's a whole movement against pods online. Come to the tailgate. Yep, you know it. Rams are only a half game above our practice squad. Yeah, bunch of bums. Brock hit the Dougie. God forbid a white boy get a little motion, right? Come on. At least Buffalo did their job. So Paul, I wanted Buffalo to lose. They won today. I wanted them to lose for selfish reasons. I don't want Buffalo to get home field advantage in the playoffs, so that the game I go to is the official last game at the Ralph. Because if they go on a run here and they somehow get a home playoff game, then that ruins that. So selfishly, I want the stars to align for me. Rye Guy, what up? Cutting and wrapping Christmas trees? 'Tis the season. Fast forward to today, Stafford threw 2 picks. Oh, yeah, he threw the pick 6. I saw that. Yeah, the Panthers. I guess the Panthers DBs are just they're ball hawks out there. Dad's surgery went well. Everyone clap it up for Paul's dad. Surgery went well. We're on the mend, folks. We're on the mend. 1 hour and 12 minutes away from home, close to Tracy. Okay. It's pretty close. I didn't know you guys were still down there today. What did you guys do today? You guys didn't say. You guys were the world famous Gamer Athletics and Natalie were at Disneyland yesterday. I don't know. We don't know what they did, dude. Secretive. Can people like me who are stuck at home with no friends and no life live vicariously through your updates or no? What is it? You know, nothing is easy when you have your practice squad. Yeah, absolutely. So many people were looking in their minds. Would the Steelers lose today? Fans chanting "Fire Tomlin" for Rodgers to retire. I mean, I get the fire. I mean, I get the retire Rodgers thing. I feel like he should have been retired. But yeah, I do not like wishy-washy fans who, you know, they're historically wonderful coach has, you know, some downtime and then suddenly it's fire them. And that is one of the reasons that so many teams are stuck wallowing away for years and years because they never let the coaches build. You know, look at every great program and the right coaches, right coach, right GM given the keys to the team and let them cook. And that's how it works out. That's how it works out. 49ers, we sucked when we were bouncing around different coaches all the time, different this and that. Trent Baalke button heads with all the coaches. Jed York meddling, right? Give the keys to Lynch and Shanahan and let them cook. Okay? Give the keys to Bill Walsh, let them cook, right? That's how it works. Give the keys to Belichick, let them cook. That's how it works, dude. Let them cook. All you teams that bounce, like, dude. Oh, I hate to say I told you so, but the Sacramento Kings, dude. I was right on all accounts. So, Bay Area Throwbacks, you got no satiation from that, dude. No sustenance because I was 100% right. None of my theories fell through. Firing Mike Brown was one of the dumbest things they could have did, and now look. Now they're arguing with their fans. Like you gotta find your coach and you gotta support them through the good times and the bad times. You know? Now if a coach is given a really great roster and there's things you can point to, or the atmosphere is totally messed up around, you know, in the locker room or things like that, sure, but just like because your team is underperforming after years and years of, you know, success. I mean, Mike Tomlin's overall record is pretty darn good last I saw, you know. At least I smell good after my shift. Right, guys? Smelling like pine or what? I mean, I'm not surprised there's moving around pause. I didn't know he came out. Said he actually thinks he will be better than Steph. I don't think he said he will be better than Steph. I think he was trying to say, like, the goal is to always be, like, the best. Steelers never fire coaches because of the Steeler way. I mean, they shouldn't when they have a great coach. I'm losing their minds. Speaking of coaches, it's been a crazy 24 hours in college football. I barely watch. Went to my aunt's birthday party. Today we ate at the Pollo Campero and then went to say bye to my family and drove home. Traffic was kind of bad. Oh, yeah, dude. I can't. Now that I thought about it, you guys trying to drive home at the end of a holiday weekend is wild. Gabe, though, because I was knocked out for a good chunk. I'm surprised Gabe didn't knock out, too. I'm surprised you guys weren't just floating down the road, both asleep, both snoring, with the amount of times that Gabe falls asleep, you know, in the Discord chat and all that. I don't know. You might want to check the tapes because I feel like Gabe probably nodded off a few times here and there too. I think the Denver fire their head coach and GM less than 2 years after winning a championship. Mike Malone, you talking about? That was another dumb one. I'm happy with you being right on that one. I'm happy to see the Kings struggling after all their crap their fans were talking. Yeah, you know, that's a funny one because the Sacramento Kings, man, like I said in the, you know, I did a bunch of Kings videos. Like, I would love to see the Kings do well. I think they do have a good fan base and all that. And then what I also said on the Sunday night live streams and probably on some TikToks or something that was funny was like, dang, as soon as you guys get some success though, suddenly you just talk so crazy. Like, that's the thing. The fan base is like the Kings, okay? Let me just give you, let me give you a little game, okay? Like, you have historically been a pretty good fan base. Like, Arco Arena got super loud. There wasn't a lot of success, and you guys still showed up. You guys still, were part of, the Kings were ingrained in the community. You guys, good fan base, good respectable fan base. Kobe liked playing there because the atmosphere was so good. You guys should be proud of that. But at the same time, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. Being like a top seed, getting into the playoffs and having some hype, that's not the same as lifting a banner into the rafters. You know what I mean? It's not. So you got to act like you've been there before. You got to chill, dude. Hey. Let's calm down, right? Let's calm down a little bit. Let's dial it back a couple notches. Because now you got pie on your face. I tried to warn you. Heard some eyebrows raised around the organization when he said he thinks he can be better than Steph. Yeah, I heard that a lot of people didn't like that comment. The Nuggets, yeah, the firing Mike Malone was so stupid. And Mike Brown winning Coach of the Year and then the Kings letting him go because Vivek doesn't know what he's doing. Like a year later, just so ridiculously stupid. Season ended today. The Bills would play the Colts on the road for a wildcard game, and Niners would play the Packers on the road for a wildcard game. Yeah, I'm hoping it stays like that. That's how I kind of wanted the Bills to lose today. I just don't want the Bills to go on a run and get a home playoff game. Went to the Fan Expo at the Moscone Center. Danny Glover was there. How cool. Predator Funko. Oh, dude. I don't know if you're in the Discord, but if you're in the Discord, please share a photo of that in our collectibles room. If not, join the Discord and share it. Link in the description. Speaking of the Kings, you see that fan have a go at Zach LaVine? Yeah, I thought we had talked about it on here. Did we not? I thought I talked about it last week. But yeah, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I should have talked about it. I'll talk about it now. That fan annoys the hell out of me. But so does Zach LaVine. So I'm neutral in it. But that fan, I've seen him before. He acts so entitled, like I understand being frustrated, especially if you feel like a player's not even trying and you're there, you're supporting, you're, doing everything you should be doing as a fan. You're spending a lot of money for your tickets, but that doesn't mean you're the coach. You know what I mean? Like, say your piece, but to get up and it's like he would have gotten in their faces if there wasn't seats in the way. You know what I mean? Like, stop, dude. That's too much. That's too much. And he should be going at Vivek. Vivek's the one who ruined the team. Like, what are you doing? You're yelling at the wrong guy. Vivek or whoever's making these decisions around the Kings, it's like they just see the names, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook. It's like they're not even trying to build a team. They're just trying to get names. So yeah, go at Vivek. Don't, I don't know. You're going at the wrong guy. And why? At the same time, it's like, yeah, Zach. Look, we're gonna talk about this. If you guys see up there, Anthony Rendon is on my checklist because we're gonna talk about players that don't care. Okay, we're gonna get into that shortly. Yeah, but I think the fan was over the line, but I also think he obviously deserved to say his piece or whatever. I just think he took it too far, and that just personally, that fan rubs me the wrong way. This is not the first time I've seen this guy with the antics. So yeah. Warranted crash out. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I totally get it. That fan still annoys me. If we're gonna fire anyone, we need to fire an entire front office of the Ravens. Um, Wait, he took a whole month off? I thought he was hurt. Lamar Jackson's not hurt? 10 to 15 years ago, the Kings almost moved. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was a YouTube channel that had like a whole series about what happened to the Sacramento Kings. Maybe someday I can find a channel out there that did a whole 3-part series about the Sacramento Kings. I'll keep looking. Maybe it's out there. I don't know. Wanted to visit Toontown Market at the time, didn't line up for me. Have you heard of it? I saw someone actually post that, and I didn't know what it was. At the Anaheim Convention Center. I've never actually gone to the Anaheim Convention Center. Only been outside. So NFC West is gonna be crazy. The last couple weeks, teams are separated by 1 game. Yeah, it's tight. Why didn't you get your free food at the 49er game? I got nachos. What do you mean? How do you know I didn't get my free food? I got nachos and a water though. Mike Brown is better off now anyways. Yeah, he is. The season ended today. Seahawks play at Tampa Bay. No, you only talked about it on the Discord. Oh, okay. Kings are that ass Bulls team from 3 years ago. Yeah. One thing that does bother me at the NBA is how much the big market teams are openly favored. Yeah, for sure. We talked about the dude from Dre. Okay. Yeah. Wanted to meet Robert Patrick, but I didn't have enough. I saw a video of Robert Patrick at one of the conventions. He seemed really cool. Pacers Thunder final was amazing. It was a good finals. It sucks because I always want to support the small market teams, and I love when there's like a small market championship. But I just find like Halliburton and I find Shea like incredibly boring. One of your 7 phones is ringing. Hey. Relax. Where's the talk about John Cena having the last pay-per-view match? He's coming back. It's not a real retirement. You know, it's not a real retirement. He's gonna be right back. Yeah. He's gonna do a movie, and then when he's done filming the movie, he'll like, John, that's John Cena's music. Ah, right? That's in 6 months, dude. At Bash at the Beach or whatever. At SummerSlam, dude. True, I didn't know that Kings fan had history. Yeah, he's just very entitled, you know. Again, but look, he's a fan. He deserves to say his piece or whatever. I just feel like that guy goes a little. It's just the way he goes about it. Even if you saw his video where he like talked about it, just very entitled, and that just rubs me the wrong way. That's just a personal thing. Crazy how much access fans have to players in basketball. Yeah, the funniest one is the lady who tries to dap up KD after talking trash. So funny. The Angels are planning to release Anthony Rendon. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Point is, I don't believe he was really hurt. I think he wanted to take a month off. Oh, really? A lot of people in Maryland think that he's entitled. Wow, I have not been keeping up on the Lamar Jackson drama. A lot of resentment plus anger starting to build around the Orioles. New owner, who's 80 years old, claims he wants a World Series, but he's doing the same old. Yeah. Refused to resign any players or extend anyone. I don't know what's up with the Orioles, man. Like, you guys always end up with so much talent, but it just doesn't come together, you know? I think you guys must have like a great farm system because there's always talent coming out of their system, but yeah, it's like they're gone by the time they're ready to produce. Definitely need starting pitching, re-signing third-rate loser reliever. In Baltimore with morons. Halliburton didn't tear his Achilles. Indiana wins, in my opinion. Yeah, very likely. 49ers 3 of the last 4 games are not going to be easy. After their bye week, they got to play the Titans. It's going to be an easy away, and they play the Colts. Struggling Bears? I'm going to be at the Bears game. You mean the atmosphere at the Niners game? Yeah. Sorry, I should have changed that for you. Yeah. What's up, man? Yeah, let me try this peach Pepsi now. All right. I think it's either Korean or Japanese. You know, let's try it. Okay. Not sponsored, but it can be. Business email in the description. Look, I love Pepsi Cola. Okay. I love Coke and Pepsi. I don't choose. I don't pick and choose, dude. I'm an equal opportunity lover. Okay. And I love peach. All right. The flavor is very good, but it's very overpowering. It's very strong. And the aftertaste is almost like, reminds me of like a potpourri or like a wall outlet smell scent maker creator factory. So not for me. The initial taste is great, but then it tastes like perfume. That'll be the last time I buy this, but it won't be the last time. If any of the fine folks at Pepsi Cola are out there and would like to sponsor the channel, business email in the description. If that's the case, dude, peach is lovely. Have you ever seen the music singing YouTuber Instagram Bear Singer? No, I have not. Script looks Japanese, and I'm not an expert. I think it looks Korean to me. Well, this kind of looks Japanese down here, and this looks Korean. So I don't know if this is just stylized Japanese, which looks Korean. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Colts are kind of struggling. Down the end, they're starting 6, and they got the Bears playing good. The Bears are looking real good, which is weird. I'm gonna be at the game, Bears Niners. What else? What was I gonna talk about? Oh yeah, so last week I went to Monday Night Football, 49ers Panthers. And man, like, so this was my first game that I went to this year. The new tailgating rules made everything feel very strange. Like anyone who was there or is familiar, I would love your thoughts on this. JD especially, like all the tailgates felt so spread out. And this is what's weird. So like the 49ers Empire row is usually in blue lot, where like the dirt lot a block and a half away. This time it's in the main area, or I guess the secondary lot, but like basically the main big lot, the Great America lots. And there was actually more space, which made it feel more subdued, I guess, because before it was confined. And then same with the other I forgot the name of the other tailgate. It was always in green lot right near the front. It was always very tight, like small rows and just a ton of people, and it just felt crazy. And then this time it was more spread out. So it's funny because I love the idea of like more space, because I don't like crowds and stuff. I don't like being all, you know. But it made it feel weird. I couldn't tell what was it that made the tailgate feel so strange to me. It just felt a lot different than most previous years. And then they got rid of, in the middle of the parking lot, or basically there's like the VIP lot, handicap lot right at the front, small lot. And then there used to be these like entryway kind of things that you would walk under. They got rid of those, so now it's just all open. And that made it feel like less was going on. I don't know if this was just like a mental weird block that I had, but it really felt like the tailgate atmosphere was totally different. Unless I was just used to like, oh, this tailgate's here. I know this group of people's here, this group, and then it was different, and then that just threw me for a loop. I don't know, but it felt weird because I do know I don't really tailgate. Like I'll just go walk around, hang out, film some stuff. But I haven't really done like a tailgate since Candlestick. And even then we would do very small. It would be like me and a couple friends. Shout out Big Bread Fred and C's. Like I think one time they brought the grill. But it was like very small. And then when I was a kid with my dad, we'd bring like a little grill and maybe grill something, but it was never I never did it like big tailgates. Um, well, the last game at Candlestick was a big tailgate, but I'll be honest, I didn't really contribute. I just kind of showed up. um, but yeah, I don't know. It just felt different, and I know they changed a lot of the tailgating rules this year. So I'm wondering if that is what it was, but I don't know, man. It just felt weird. And I don't know necessarily if it felt worse or it was just different and that threw me off. But I would love to like I gotta look up if nobody here knows, like I gotta look up like what other people think about tailgating now. Um, you know. Taking songs all about the Bears. Oh, that's funny. Uh could be Japanese then. Candlestick had the best. Yeah, I agree. Can't believe that Dallas beat the team in the Super Bowl last year. The Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs dynasty is over. Yeah, I mean, I could see like the Chiefs just have a down year or two and then bounce back just because they still have a good foundation. As long as they don't, you know, throw Andy Reid under the bus. Um, it's like the Patriots dynasty. They had down years too. They had years where they weren't that great. As long as you keep the foundation going and, the GM or the owner doesn't start meddling because they start freaking out like, oh no, we're not winning every game. As long as they do that, they'll be able to bounce back in a year or two. So it's hard to say that it's over. Not that I want it to keep going, but it's just how it could go. Say at Lumen Field, there isn't much of a tailgate scene. Yeah, that's the thing. Like so many stadiums now, it's like less and less parking lots, so less and less tailgating. His videos are all original, so you could definitely play them. He's really good. I have a bunch of stuff to show this week, so I'll try to see if I can grab some for next week. We talk about how Dominic Mysterio won the first championship at Petco Park. There's got to be another championship won at Petco Park. They didn't have a ping pong tournament there before or something. They had something at Petco Park. Someone won something at Petco Park, dude. You gotta come to Baltimore. Start tailgating like 10 a.m. for a 1 o'clock game. That's only a few hours. At Candlestick, it used to be like 6, 7 a.m. for a 1 o'clock game. And like 9 a.m. for a 5 o'clock game. But it's way colder out there. That's why. We have the benefit of the good weather. Just made a Discord account. Discord's growing, folks. We got Goose, we got Gaffs, we got collectibles, we got all kinds of stuff. Speaking of, shout out Guy Slewinski for the George Kittle mask thing. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but either way. It's like the luchador mask, 49er mask shirt. Let's have some more perfume drink, Have some more perfume drink. If you if you want to enjoy the fine taste of what a grandma smells like at Thanksgiving dinner, Jake, it's basically a chat room. So in the description, there's an invite link to our Discord. And, yeah, you can join it. It's awesome. And the average temperature in the winter is like 60, 40 to 20. That's crazy. Where did you even get that? This might have been Dashmart, actually. They have like some import stuff. Yeah. What else? Yeah, just the tailgate felt really spread out and strange to me. So I don't really know what was going on with that. I guess JD left, so I haven't seen him chime in about that. And not saying that it was bad, like I said, it could have just been different. I don't know. It felt weird. The new light show and stuff at Levi's is amazing. I don't know if you guys saw my video. Um, it didn't do it justice, obviously, but um, let me see. Bash at the beach. Um, Even just these simple lights are really cool. The Monday Night Football intro was awesome. Um, yeah, dude, I really liked it. I could not get my phone to work though with the sparkly lights or whatever. You know, that you hit join in the app, and it's supposed to like let your phone. It's supposed to have your phone, coordinated. If for some reason it wouldn't go, like I was hitting the button and it wouldn't do anything. Um, we had the flyover, which I missed, but this intro, huge upgrade, man. Like before, it was just the run out and then just a couple fireworks, and obviously with the sun going down, they're able to do like the colored lights and stuff. But it just, yeah, they stepped it up. Had to step it up, I guess, for the Super Bowl. Um, but I really really enjoyed it. I had a good time right here. I was having a ball right here. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I'm a sucker for the presentation, dude. I like Disneyland, right? I like Disneyland. I like Fantasmic, dude. Sue me. Talk to my lawyers. So if you haven't yet, go watch that video. It was a good time. 6-7, huh? It wasn't the Padres. Yeah, we know that. And say, yeah, and the average temperature in the winter. Oh, yeah, I read that. Might come down to Jake Moody tie the game against Denver. Really? I had the game on and then I turned it off right when I started. Like I talked about last week, Debo over there going to some bums. 23 seconds, 20-17. It's on Peacock. Let's see if I can get this on. I'm gonna watch the end live, dude. We're doing it live. Okay, I got it up. Where are they? 3rd and 3. Washington is down by 3 with 19 seconds left. 3rd and 3. It looks like they're already in field goal range. They're taking a couple shots to the. Whew, what a terrible throw. All right, it looks like they're in this 3rd and 3. They're gonna take one more shot. Because it looks like they have no timeouts. Yeah, they have no timeouts. He ran. Did he get out of bounds? I think he got out of bounds with 12 seconds left. They might take one more shot at the end zone. All right. I'm not, Nightmare Before Christmas was great. Love the smell of gingerbread. No, Natalie, no. Is Gabe telling you to troll me? Are the player entrances always that extra? Well, they upgraded it this year, so they added new lights and stuff to Levi's. So, yeah, I think they added it all because the Super Bowl is going to be there this year. But it was fun. 49ers beat the sad-ass Browns. Oh, wow. 1994 VHS highlights champs 49ers. Just embarrassing. Jim Everett the Great is a crazy name to have. We got a Chris Everett fan here, folks. Wow, how did you know? I know you guys better than you know yourselves. Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas sucks, and that ride needs to go away. They can build a Nightmare Before Christmas ride somewhere else. Build it in the other parking lot. Was it Simba parking lot? The one south of southwest of the Disneyland Hotel. There's the parking lot they want to develop. Build a Nightmare Before Christmas and Pandora over there and leave me alone. That's that. That's that. He's rage baiting you. I know. Look, I'm getting it from the Chris Everett fan. I'm getting it from you guys. Everyone's trying to rage bait me. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. The Die Hard is one of those movies. It's like Fast and the Furious, where it's like the first movie is so good, and then like he just becomes a superhero, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? Jake Moody will miss it. They're gonna take one more shot. Wait, why are they 7 seconds and they're gonna go for it and they have no timeouts? Oh, or do they have 2 timeouts? I can't read this scorebook. 4 seconds. All right, they're gonna kick it. I should move the Haunted Mansion somewhere else and keep the Nightmare Before Christmas. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No, it is not. We've gone over this before, I think. The bun is connected. That is not a sandwich. That is not a sandwich. And it's the orientation of the bun. Typically with hot dogs, the opening to the bread will be facing upwards, facing the sky. It's a skyward opening. That is not a sandwich. Okay? It's not an open face sandwich. No. Wait, did he miss? He made it. Jake Moody made it. Tie game. We're going into overtime, folks. And that's that, dude. That's that. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, New Light Show was awesome. We had fun, man. We had a good time. Even, it obviously Purdy threw 3 picks in the first half. That was rough. But we kept the lead, got the win. Cool stuff. You know what I mean? Cool stuff there. And here's the way I see like sports trash talk. Like Chris Everett said, like the Rams got a couple Super Bowls this century, which is really cool for them. But they're still 3 behind us, right? And this is the way I see it, because people are like, "Oh, that's old," but I feel like if you were there for it, I feel like you can always use that. I think that's always a card you can play, and I think like it's like a card game, or like was it Magic the Gathering or whatever? I don't know how any of those work, but kind of like the power goes down as time goes on because it's longer. But like if you were there, you can still play that card. So like I went to a Super Bowl parade, so you're talking to somebody who's done that. You know what I mean? So yes, it was a long time ago, but I was there though. You know what I mean? That's right. Talk to my lawyers, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? And if you think I'm going to drop out of the race because we have lost some Super Bowls, crazy. Why do we turn our head to eat tacos but not hot dogs? I think that's case by case basis. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think lots of people turn their heads to eat hot dogs. It just depends on the toppings, because some hot dogs, the toppings aren't. There's not a threat of the toppings on a hot dog falling off, right? If you just have like mustard, ketchup. I know some people, ketchup on hot dog. Yeah, I like ketchup on hot dogs, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? But if you have one of those crazy dogs that's just packed with stuff, then you turn your head to eat it. And just like with a taco, you turn your head so that all the stuffing doesn't fall out. And that's that, dude. My lawyers will be drafting up paperwork. So I'll see you in court. The Fan Expo, I saw all kinds of stuff with strong fandoms. Guess what? I saw nothing for Avatar. Not even cool artwork. Dude, nobody cares about Avatar, dude. They need to... Hey, Avatar. Hey, Jim Cameron, dude. I'd rather watch Titanic again. Lightning Lane was the best choice we made. Everyone needs to get it when they go. He's got to get better at rage baiting, because that is true. That's right. Um, you have to play the game. And I just think the game is rigged. So Lightning Lane shouldn't be a thing, or at least the way it is offered shouldn't be a thing. But yes, you absolutely, it's a good choice to make if you have the money, because yes, it does help. It helps you in the rigged game, so to speak. So my lawyers will be drafting up paperwork. If you're gonna definitely have to turn your head, if you have a Chicago hot dog, you can't eat that hot dog without turning your head. That's what I'm saying, dude. There's too much on it. You have to turn your head. So Gabe doesn't know what he's talking about. Sad to inform you, man. They're on the 3rd movie, and they're working on 2 more of a total of 5. I know they suck, though. People definitely turn their heads for hot dogs. Absolutely, dude. Bay Area Throwbacks turns his head more than anyone you've ever seen for a hot dog. You should see his head twirl when he gets a hot dog in his hands. You have to play the game. That's right. That is right. All right, who's gonna win this game, dude? If this game ends in a tie, I'll be irritated. If you guys don't know, this is one thing. I'm having my lawyers draft up my official complaint about this. There should not be ties in football. In both footballs, American football and original football, soccer. There shouldn't be ties. Okay? No ties. Hockey, no ties. I don't believe in ties. I do not believe in ties. Gabe, do you want to support ties through Natalie? Natalie, you want to type out his little thing about how much he loves ties? Ties should not exist, dude. Football, I get it. You don't want to play another quarter because, injuries and wear and tear and all that. Do a field goal kickoff. I don't care. Do something, dude. Play checkers. Play hopscotch. I don't care, dude. I don't care what it is. Play Madden, dude. Load up Madden. Put it on the big screen. Flip a coin and see who plays Madden. I don't care. Just no ties. Ties, we're done with you. Go sit over there with Avatar. Go ahead, get in the corner with Avatar. Ties. Whole ketchup shouldn't be on hot dogs. Idea has to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Agreed. Go Bills. Football game between the Commanders and Broncos in overtime. Jake Moody just tied the game. Yeah, Kevin, I was given play-by-play updates. Absolutely not. Ties only go on your shoes and neck. Oh, okay. Still the greatest tie ever saw was the Steelers-Lions 2021. Lions were winless early that season, ended with a tie. I don't remember that, to be honest. I'll go with Denver to win this game. Who got the ball? Oh, Denver got the ball. There shouldn't be ties in any sports. Yeah, I agree. See, Bear Throwbacks knows what's up, dude. He knows what's up. I don't care what you do, dude. Flip a coin. Just no ties. Okay? And that's that. What else? I'm trying to get field passes, man. I'm trying to get field passes, but they're hating on the kid. They're hating on the kid. And that's that. I'm trying to get field passes for Buffalo, too, when I go. But they're hating on the kid. They are. Hate ties in the NFL. They should have after the first time. They should have 5-minute overtime, second overtime until somebody wins. Yeah, I mean, another overtime is rough when they're already putting their... Oh, Broncos, big play. Down to the 10. Whew. Something I think should happen is if you don't go to the game, you can't get the giveaway item. Excluding Bay Area Throwbacks. Okay. What about if you buy that item that's for sale at the team store and then you buy it off that person? What about then? The Raiders season just got worse today. They're knocked out of the playoffs. Did they officially get knocked out today? It's memorable. It was worth seeing urinating tree have a meltdown over it. I've heard of urinating tree. Is that a YouTuber? I think, yeah, that's a YouTuber, right? All right, let's talk about Oh, I don't know if I'd even mention this, but in the Pioneer League, I don't even really want to drink this, I'll be honest. Like I said, it's like old lady's perfume. Touchdown Denver, I must be a little behind. Touchdown. So the Commanders get one more shot, right? Um, doesn't count in the terms and conditions. Scalpers have access to. Lawyers sent it over. You've been served. I haven't been served though. I've been live this whole time. You saw me not get served. So if we're gonna just get on here and lie, well, the Raiders did get eliminated. Okay, he's a YouTuber and Steelers fan, famous for Days of Our Steelers. Okay, yeah, I've definitely heard that name. All right. So in the Pioneer League, the was it the Vibes or whatever? One of the teams was moving to Modesto, moving into John Thurman Field, where the Modesto Nuts just left. Yeah, you guys saw the world famous video I did. I did a whole, critically acclaimed, award winning video about the Modesto Nuts leaving. After that, they announced that Pioneer League was coming to Modesto. I'm not gonna die, I promise you, right now. Not right now. I will at some point, but not now. They had a naming contest, and the name that won was the Modesto Glow Riders. Now, I thought this was cool. I thought it was different. I thought it was fun. I love the colors. I was like, oh man, they could do a lot with like neon nights and stuff like that. And then they said something about the skull. They didn't like the skull, so then they changed it to this fox. um, but I don't know. It seems kind of AI created. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not, but maybe. But anyways, then they changed it to the fox here. But then I guess for whatever reason, a lot of people hated the name Glow Riders. They were not fans of it. There was a huge uproar. Now I have my opinions and thoughts on this. Look, I like to be transparent with you guys. All right, I like to be upfront. I like to be real. I think the white people didn't like this. I think the white people don't like the idea of lowriders and being associated with lowrider culture. That's what I think it was. Um, I thought it was cool. Um, but they came back to the drawing boards. I guess the people, upset, not into the name. They won out. And so it was announced that they're going to be looking into a new name. And they finally announced, like not too long ago, that the official name is now going to be the Modesto Roadsters. Not bad. It's cool. I think this one's cool too. Um, Now I'm still kind of weird about, is this AI generated? Because like, why does the car have four eyes? Um, the back tires don't seem like they're in the right place, unless it's supposed to be like the car is a triangle if you saw it from above. Um, yeah, I don't know, but they got the Modesto sign there and stuff. Um, Cruiser, I guess, is gonna be the mascot. And the M, I mean, I think it's cool, but I don't think it looks that great on the hats for some reason. But maybe I just need to see the hat like for real and not just like a mock up. Um, and then they even have the hat with like the car eyes, but the car has four eyes. So what do you? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, part of me thinks it was just people didn't want to be associated. They did say, I guess, that the Glow Riders might still be like an alternate. They'll have different like theme nights and stuff. So Glow Riders might still be used. I just think this would be super cool for certain nights. I mean, you could do a pregame car show. You could do awesome jerseys. You could put some neon around the stadium. There's a lot of cool stuff you could do. Um, Pepsi that you're drinking, it's serving. What a great video. I like your video, especially when you do the baseball ones. Thank you, Kevin. That means a lot to me. Modesto Glow Rider sounds like a banana ball team. It does, and that's why I like it. Didn't they vote for it? How are they going to go back on it? Yeah, I agree. Do you know that's AI generated? It looks so horrible. They're trying to cater to someone who was born in the 50s. Like, that's not a good name for today. Yeah, like I said, I think the boomers kind of won out here. I still don't think it's a bad name though. I still think this is cool. I just thought the Glow Riders was kind of, I guess, unique, and could have just been fun. Like, I could see a night game, the intros with turning the lights off and having, like, some neon decorations for the intros and stuff. I don't know. It just seemed like it could be cool. But again, I like that stuff. Like I showed you with the light show at Levi Stadium, and I like Disneyland. I like Fantasmic, dude. I like the original Haunted Mansion, not Night Before Christmas Haunted Mansion. I like that kind of stuff, right? So in my head, I'm thinking of like the production and the design and the creative stuff that you could do around the Glow Riders and the Roadsters. You still can, but it's just not as unique as Glow Riders. Looks like he's 70 years old. Yeah. Hate all his AI everywhere. Being back home and driving up down 101. Every billboard's for AI companies. Yeah. It's weird. They need to rethink this whole idea. Have you ever seen those neon baseball games where they turn all the lights out? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of. They could do that at least for like the intros. Sure, they can still use it. And that's had lowrider shows literally during their games. Yeah, the game I went to, thanks for watching my video, Bay Area Throwbacks. The game I went to, they had they had the wrestlers riding in some like old schools and stuff. So they did stuff like that. So hopefully they still do the Glow Riders and it could still be part of the identity. Is that a penalty on Hufanga? AI slop is the worst thing that happened to the internet. Hard to disagree on that, dude. Hard to disagree on that. Yeah, dude. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes, man. I'm excited to have a new team. I'm excited to have a team that's close, because before we just had the one YOLO, Yuba, whatever they are now, team that was, still a few hours away, but Modesto, is close enough to do a little road trip, little away trip, for Oakland Ballers and the Modesto team. So that's gonna be fun. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This definitely seems AI generated though. As stuff, this is the way I see it. Like as an artist myself, right? Not a good one, dude. I'm not saying I'm Picasso. You know, that's for the fans to decide. But like stuff like this, I know the major corporations never do it. But for a small team like this, like if this is not AI generated, they should shout out the artist. And maybe they did in a press conference or something if that's the case. I don't know. But like this right here should say the artist's name at the bottom if an artist did this. You know? Um I don't know. Like when I did my shirts, Commanders touchdown. Is it going to be a tie? Are we going to get a stupid tie? Oh my goodness. Oh, penalty. Oh my God. Is that penalty on Washington? It is. Oh my God. The Commanders had the touchdown, and the holding call brings it back. Oh, he wrapped him around the neck. You dummy. You big dummy. Anyways, yeah, shout out the artist. That's all I'm saying. Unless it's AI generated, then you can't, and that's a whole nother thing, dude. It's amazing that the logo they're going with is something they would have probably came out with 50 years ago. Yeah. I think the parents telling the kids that rock and roll is going to destroy their brain. Yeah. I knew that from my own experience of the game, but from your video as well. Oh, Debo. Debo down to like the 2. It hurts. It hurts so bad to see that. Oh my God, it hurts. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, your boy wants to cry a little bit. I'm seeing Debo on the Commanders. Your boy would like to cry if that's okay with you. Debo one-on-one. Let's see. He didn't even do that much. He could have got to the end zone. 49ers Debo would have got to the end zone. They still do a lot of classic car shows out in Modesto. Yeah, I mean, the new stuff isn't. It's not bad. I just thought Glow Riders was a little more like, just like unique and just like something cool. I'm the classic. They got the guy in the leather jacket and the slick back hair, the greaser look. It's cool. I don't hate the redo. What else, dude? I guess we'll talk about Anthony Rendon now. I don't know if you guys saw this. Did they go for... Oh, I was thinking they went for 2. I forgot they didn't get the touchdown. They just got stuffed at the line. Debo's on the sideline. You could have got in, buddy. 49ers Debo would have scored. That's all I'm saying, dude. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? Talk to my lawyers. You like the Glow Riders better? Yeah, it just would have been so fun as far as branding and like the production they could have done. And I'm just thinking even social media, like their graphics for like, the stat line or the score. Incomplete. Like at the end of the game, they post the score, They could have did neon. Like it just could have looked cool. It all could have looked really fun in neon. And I mean, they could still do some of that, but it just seemed cool. Allergies still kicking my butt though, by the way, since last week. All right, let's talk about this. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I hope this doesn't get me blocked. But here, listen to hold on, let's see. Commanders threw it. He dropped it. Hufanga strapped him. 4th and goal right here. Hold on. Before I get into this, let's watch the end of this Commanders game. Commanders Broncos together. I do like the Broncos all orange uniforms, by the way. Dude, I have to watch Hufanga on one side and Debo on the other, and I'm supposed to keep my composure? I'm supposed to just be sitting here goofing off? It hurts. It hurts, folks. And that's that. It hurts me. Deep down inside, it hurts. I'm not okay. I'm not. I'm not okay. It's Hufanga. Yeah? It's Debo. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Sean Payton with the runny nose. I feel like that right now, out in the cold. Fongo over Debo. I love them both, dude. I love them both. I still got some show and tell to show you guys as well. Actually, since we just talked about Pioneer League, I can... Oh, no, wait. They got it. Touchdown. This is going to be a tie, dude. 2:47 left. Unless Jake Moody. Wait, they're going for 2? I mean, I get it at this point in the season, and what do they have? 3 wins. Might as well go for it. Nice pass between 2 defenders. That was a really nice pass. I think they're going for it. They are going for 2. Debo, Hufanga, and Greenlaw. Oh, Greenlaw's there too, huh? I'm supposed to be okay. I'm supposed to just be going about my Sunday night live stream. All right, here it is, folks. Broncos, Commanders, and the Sunday night thriller. Okay? And then we'll get into Anthony Rendon. Are there ties in the NFL? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We're saying we hate ties. There is. At the end, if nobody is ahead at the end of when the time runs out, then it's a tie. But you can also win it. It's a weird. It's almost like sudden death, but the other team will get a chance if they didn't get a chance before. But like if you turn the ball over and then they score, then you lose. It's weird. It used to be just sudden death, no matter what. But all right, here it is. Blitz, blocked it. Broncos win. Broncos win. Batted the pass down and won. Roughed the room and came back. Yeah, I hate ties. I think ties are the worst. Mariota and Bo Nix hugging it up, dude. All right. Broncos are what now? 10-2. Broncos are 10-2, dude. What? Freaking Bo Nix. Bo Nix. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? No tie. Talk to Dylan's lawyers. That's right. All right. Let's talk about. Let me play this for you guys. Let me know if you can hear it. If not, I'll replay it.
I think Anthony Rendon is one of the most misunderstood players maybe of all time, and he's very outspoken in his beliefs, but he's not saying anything that some other players aren't saying. People forget that baseball, to a lot of us, yes, we do love it and we're passionate about it, but at the end of the day, it is a job. And not all of us love showing up to our job every day. And Anthony Rendon just happened to be one of those guys who was super, super talented at baseball and probably early on in his life worked extremely hard to be one of the best players in baseball, was drafted 2nd overall, won a World Series with the Nationals, jumped on the scene as one of the best right-handed hitters in baseball. And it's very unfortunate that his time with the Angels was not good. You said, to put it bluntly, it's going to go down as one of the worst contracts of all time. And both sides are very thankful for this to happen. The Angels are thankful to finally move on from Anthony Rendon, hopefully get a little bit of payroll flexibility. And Anthony Rendon is just very thankful that the Angels are willing to do this, where he no longer has to show up to a place that he doesn't want to be anymore.
I really like Kevin Pillar. I really do. But that's just such an awful take. I wish I could get paid to, get a $26 million severance or whatever, because I just didn't feel like showing up. Just, no, dude, Let's see. I want to see. Wish I could. I want to see. I'm trying to look at Anthony Rendon's stats with just the Angels. I don't know how to do that. I know there's a way. I'm not a baseball reference expert, though. Splits, 500 or more, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. with the Angels. Let's just do something easy. Batting average. So his first year with the Angels, in 52 games, he batted 286. Okay. I'm just going to use just batting average. Then he batted 240 in 58 games. Then he batted 229 in 47 games. Then he batted 236 in 43 games. Then he batted 218 in 57 games. So this guy didn't play a third of any of the seasons he's been with the Angels. Here's the thing, man. Here's my thing, dude. And my lawyers are on call right now. So if you disagree with this, I can see you in court. Wait, let's see what you guys say. He's one of those players that just needs to go away. Yeah. I don't want to hear that it's just a job crap. I understand it's just a job, but if you can't handle the amazing job of playing baseball, imagine having to work a regular job. Yep. Until you're 62, dude. We're all working until we're 82 at least. So, yeah. A lot of these players have never had a real job in life, so they're disconnected. Absolutely. Rendon should get a 9 to 5 job, making $20 an hour. Exactly. Could have batted 400 and his piss poor attitude would automatically disqualify him. Yeah, this is the thing, dude. And this is law, dude. This is law, what I'm about to say. I 100% agree that Kevin Pillar is probably right that a lot of players feel this kind of way. It's a drag. Their heart's not in it or whatever. But that shouldn't be something that is so prevalent or so obvious. And also, like, I've said this before when we've talked about the owners and things like that. What is going on outside? When I've talked about the owners and whatnot, your job, professional sports, baseball, whatever, you are not making a knickknack and selling it. The entire reason that what you're doing has value is because of the love, the emotion, the passion of the fans. What is being monetized is that love and passion and our desire for entertainment and escapism. All those things is what gives value to your abilities. It is so stupid when players like this talk about that like it's just a job thing to me. You know, I'm doing my job. Sure, but you wouldn't have a job if the fans didn't love what you're doing. If the fans didn't have the passion for it that you seem to lack. You know, if the fans didn't love what you're doing, if there wasn't still fans out there that loved the Angels and still went to the games regardless of how they underperform, your job is not necessary. Your job is not going to be subsidized by the government, you know? You're not growing corn, dude. You're not selling an auto part that people need. Like you were there only because of the value that the fans give you. So here's the thing. This guy, that was from Foul Territory, by the way, the podcast. You know, he's batting freaking dude, he went from batting in 2019, he was batting 319. Since then, he's averaging like 250, right? Maybe 245 with the Angels. Oh yeah, he's batting 242 with the Angels. So 242 and you don't love the game. If I was an Angels fan or just as a baseball fan, I would rather watch a guy batting 230 that loves the game. Like what you're doing is not enough to offset the fact that you're making it miserable for the fans. Like it's a joke to me. Um, and you guys know I defend the players a lot when fans are unreasonable. It can go both ways, 100%. But it's like, dude, it just sucks to me that someone like him can take up all this money, all this payroll, and take up a spot on a roster where there's someone who loves the game, lives and breathes the game of baseball, and they would do anything to have that spot. But he gets to take it up and just take up that spot because he's making money and just be like, it's my job. I'm good at it. I'm going to make all these millions. And I'm barely going to do anything. And I'm going to have a bad attitude about it. And I'm not going to show any love to anyone about it because it's just a job. And I just happen to have this ability. I would much rather see a lesser player in that role that actually loves the game. And I know that's, love of the game is not a quantifiable stat, but that's just so annoying. It's just so annoying. Respecting him years ago in a post-game interview, he said it was no pressure because there are soldiers who are under real pressure. Or he said he had pressure because he doesn't care. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you could... perspective is fine. Like, nobody's asking you to, like, act like that. Like, you're a soldier in war. But, like, can you at least, be nice to the fans? Can you at least try to play the game? Or how about you just go? You already got millions of dollars before you started to suck. Why don't you just retire then? Why take up a roster spot that some young guy, toiling away in the minor leagues would love to have? Just because, the greed of like, I can get these millions of dollars and I'm not going to do anything to earn it. Just such a terrible way to do things. More matter what happens to Rendon. His situation is still better than Mark Sanchez. Wait, what? What's the connection? Didn't Mark Sanchez get stabbed? What happened? Let's see a Hunter Pence type player with lower stats than a guy like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like if we had an Anthony Rendon on the Giants, like I would be like, bro, cut him loose and let's bring up a quadruple A player that's been trying to get to the big leagues for a long time. Like I'd rather see someone that cares, dude. I'd rather see a Drew Gilbert that is just always amped up, Just it's just so annoying, man. And the fact that now he gets to like they're paying out his contract, it's like could you imagine just telling your job like, I really don't care. I'm just, I'm going to show up and go through the motions, but I'm not going to try. And then they have to give you a severance. It's crazy, man. If he likes it so much, he should have just retired once his Nationals contract was up. That's what I'm saying. He could have just walked away, man. He could have did anything else. He would have gone out on top. He would have been a Nationals legend. Like he could have made money just off that. He could have wrote a book about, the World Series run. Like he could have still made money, like, and not ruined his legacy and just pissed off a bunch of fans. And yeah, like I just said, that a lot of fans are entitled. So I'm not saying I still understand the perspective sometimes with players where like this is a job, like, respect that. Like I do. But at the same time, you only have a job because people love what you do. You wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for that. You wouldn't have a job if people weren't passionate. You are not supplying something that is necessary to life or anything like that. Sanchez attacked a random guy on the streets. Man stabbed himself in self-defense. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no, I know that, Jake. I just don't see the connection to Anthony Rendon. um, yeah, it's just, and then Kevin Pillar, like, say, what do he say? He's the most
I think Anthony Rendon is one of the most misunderstood players, maybe of all time, and he's very.
How is he misunderstood? No, we understand perfectly. He doesn't care. He looks at it as a job. Cool, man. But as a fan, I want players there that want to play and love the game the way I do as a fan. I would rather my team or every team, I'd rather the whole entire league be a little less skilled. I'd rather they bat 238 instead of 240 if they also love and enjoy the game. That's part of it, dude. Nobody is there just to count stats. Nobody is there just to talk about ability. We want to see results. We want to see the community. We want to see the fun, the excitement, the passion, the love. Dude, could you imagine like every like World Series win highlight when they win the game, if they all just like, oh, we won, and they just like high five and just leave, just go into the dugout and leave? Like if every walk-off home run, they just jog the bases and just hit home plate and they just go into the dugout and everyone just leaves. You're not doing laboratory tests, dude. You know? I don't know. It's also crazy to hear Pilar say that because he's one of those guys who went all out. Yeah, that's why I don't get why he would have this take. Yeah, I think maybe he's just friends with Rendon or something. It's got to be something like that. I don't know. Poor management front office. Angels also let Ohtani walk free with nothing in return. I mean, yeah, the Angels don't know what they're doing. For sure. Never understand how many people refuse to retire when things are good. Aaron Rodgers should have retired. Yeah, I agree. Like, the thing is, like, at least Aaron Rodgers like actually loves the game though. I'll give him that. For me, it's more I get bothered when they obviously don't care anymore and they're just there to get another bag before they ride off into the sunset. That's when it irritates me. Yeah, just I don't know. Pilar is like, dude, he puts it all on the line, so it's just weird for him to be the one to defend this. Really, really strange. I don't know. Anthony Rendon, sit over there with Avatar and ties. I couldn't remember what it was. Hey, go Anthony Rendon, go over there, sit with Avatar and ties in professional sports. You're out of here. All right. We'll do a little show and tell. Oops. I got these. I don't even remember where I got these. But I found some Cow Palace stuff. So I found a Cow Palace patch. It's just a simple patch. I think I got these at an antique store, but I don't remember where. And then a ticket taker badge. But I thought these were cool. You know, you don't see a whole lot of Cow Palace stuff, so I try to get it or try to keep an eye out, you know. I love the Cow Palace. And then there was a fella that used to join the Sunday Night live stream. He'd be in the chat, and I cannot remember his name on here, and it's been killing me. But he was writing a book about the Astros, and I went ahead and bought it, and I have not read it yet. But Samuel Barrett, if you're out there, I got the book, Orange Crush, The Neglected 1971 Houston Astros. Look how fun that uniform is. I don't know, you can't really see it. Not a good pic, but I'm not an Astros fan, obviously, but I love the Astrodome and I love the history of the Astros. It's one of the teams I'm most interested in a lot of ways. Um, so I had to pick this up. Excited to read it. When fans of the Houston Astros reflect on the history of the team's success, they do not often include seasons between the late 60s and early 70s, but in fact, the 71 season saw many intriguing developments and occurrences for the Astros, from the debut of a bright orange visual identity to the first 2 triple plays in franchise history to the continued success of the core of Jimmy Wynn, Larry Dierker, Dierker, right? Is that how you say it? Don Wilson, Bob Watson, and Doug Rader, as well as super talented Cesar Cedeno. Leading up to 71, the Houston franchise signed and developed more major league caliber players than any other team during that time, including the players listed above. Yeah, and they went through a bunch of turmoil and stuff. Got the Astrodome there. You guys know I'm still one day trying to get into the Astrodome. That's like my bucket list. It's like my number one bucket list place to go. And I tried year and a half ago or whatever, 2 years ago now almost. Yeah, if you guys know, I've told that story a lot of times, but I did try to get in the Astrodome. I was not successful. But yeah, so Orange Crush. Shout out Samuel Barrett. I do not remember your YouTube name. But you had mentioned that you were working on this book a while back, so I had to get it. And then, last but definitely not least, hold on, what did you guys talk about? Totally understand not retirement things are good. Some people actually love the game. Yeah. You sure you think that Aaron likes playing football? Think he likes being a star? Could be. I mean, it seems like he likes football, though. Literally had his own segment. Like, he's literally a definition of he's definitely a narcissist, for sure. But you guys remember, it's in my display case now, but I showed you guys my Willie Mays pennant from Miss JoJo 76 on Instagram. And after that, our very own Gamer Athletics, let me take this out. He hit her up with a project idea. And so I hit her up, said, I need that also. And so she made the very first official Oakland Ballers Championship pennant. Bum, 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 bum. Okay? It's beautiful, dude. It is beautiful. Miss JoJo 76 on Instagram. She'll do custom pennants. She got other pennants she makes. Has the date of the championship. The Oakland tree. Got Scrappy on there. Totally custom. Handmade with love. Montreal, Canada. Awesome patch she puts on there too. So, I actually got 2 of these. So I'm trying to decide what to do with the second one. I might do a giveaway of some sort. I don't know. I kind of want to get some of the players and staff to sign this. Trying to decide, but I do have a second one that I might do a giveaway for all the Ballers fans out there. But just phenomenal work. Hit her up. I don't know if it might be too late for Christmas, but these would make great gifts. But you could have hit her up and ask her. Miss JoJo 76 on Instagram. Just beautiful. So, like, one of these will definitely go in my display case with all my Ballers stuff. But yeah, man. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. And I am, making headway on my display case. I will give you guys updates, especially in the Discord if you're in the Discord. That's fire. It sure is. That's awesome. It sure is. I think it's going to be worth a lot of money, man. It looks amazing. Yeah, I hope so. Give it to Gabe. Gabe got one. Gabe's the one who designed it, basically. Gabe's the one that told her what to put on it. Gabe has one also. I don't know if he got multiples, but I got two. But I'm thinking about like getting it signed by the team or staff, and then I'll get both of them signed maybe, and then yeah, do a giveaway or something. I don't know. Some of the players like they're off on other teams across the country now, so it won't be super easy. Because obviously I want to get the 2025 team to sign it. I wouldn't want anyone that's joining after to sign it. But there's a few players at least out there that I can get to put their John Hancock on there, you know. Have you guys watched Frankenstein? I loved it. Did I talk about this? But Frankenstein and Nosferatu, I watched them both finally, and I think Nosferatu clears. Talk to my lawyers. Talk to my lawyers. If there's a problem, you can just talk to my lawyers, dude. I won't be making any further statements. Talk to my lawyers. Okay? And here's the thing. Frankenstein was great. I just felt like it was a little more whimsical than I wanted. And I felt like there was chunks missing where I almost feel like if it was like a mini series it'd be better. Cause like Victor, and there might be a few little spoilers in here, but if you know the story of Frankenstein, not really. But like Victor Frankenstein, the scientist or whatever, right? They just kind of say like, oh, he was the crazy chaotic kid, and his other brother was spoiled and dawdled by his dad. His dad loved the other kid and spoiled him with love. And Victor was the crazy kid, but they don't really show him being crazy except for one little moment. He takes a stick, and I'm just like, well, show him burning down a cabin or something. I don't know, like show him burning down the barn because he's trying to do some crazy experiment or something as a kid. Like they didn't show him being crazy. We're just told he was out there. And then also, this will be a spoiler, so if you haven't seen Frankenstein, you don't want spoilers. Pause this and skip ahead. Wait 40 seconds, okay? So starting now. Frankenstein, he at the last part where he's attacking the boat, and the last part of the timeline, like he's badass, but it doesn't show him become badass. He's all scared and timid, and then he just fights the wolves for a moment. Suddenly he's badass. Like what? Show him terrorize a village or something, you know? And then he could be badass. But it didn't show him. He just went from this scared creature to suddenly badass. I don't know. I felt like that was missing. But then Nosferatu, dude, he's just aura farming son of a gun, dude. Just the aura of Nosferatu was next level, dude. And Frankenstein had that a little bit for that last timeline segment, but he didn't have it the rest of the movie. And I like aura, dude. Oscar Isaac looks crazy enough. Dave from Elk Grove. What's up, Dave? So I highly recommend both movies, though. They were both good. If you haven't seen them yet. I know I'm a little late on that, you know. But whatever, dude. Sue me. Talk to my lawyers. I also watched Black Rabbit. Black Rabbit is really good series. That was fun. And I looked it up. It's a real location. The restaurant is a real location right by the Brooklyn Bridge, dude. So if I go to New York, I'm definitely going to go see it. All right, Dave. Have a good night. So he just doesn't care anymore. That's a good read on it, Jake. I didn't consider that. But I don't know. I kind of wish they would have made that more prevalent, and they should have had him like terrify a bunch of villagers or something, you know. But yeah, the Nosferatu is a lot more grounded and Frankenstein's a little more whimsical, and I prefer the grounded. Um, yeah. Anything else? Anything else to talk about? Um, got some upcoming plans, some things I'm doing, places I'm going, things I'm seeing. You know, I don't know, dude. I'm still here, right? I'm still here. How do I get this live stream to like pop off, dude? I have not. My viewers are like half of what they used to be. Am I just annoying people? How annoying am I? On a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying am I? That was all my notes for tonight. I was gonna maybe go to the Dickens Fair today, but I didn't. I might go like next weekend or the weekend after. But I love the Dickens Fair. I definitely recommend the Dickens Fair if you're in the Bay Area. Go on over to the Cow Palace. Go to the Dickens Fair. Okay? Go to the Cow Palace right now and go to the Dickens Fair. Right now. 9:30 at night. 9:30 at night. Go to the Cow Palace. Go to the Dickens Fair. And that's it. Nosferatu felt like a true Dracula film. Yeah, I think so too. Need to take a risk and add videos into your live stream. So like more react type stuff, you mean? Still raving about Nosferatu. I loved it, dude. Think you also need to take a risk and bring on a guest. Yeah, I would like to take on guests. I mean, I have it set up. Gabriel used to be a guest a lot, and then now he doesn't care about me. He no longer likes me. But yeah, guests work out. I'll do guests. A lot of YouTubers that watch other people's content, you shouldn't be scared to always worry about being taken down. Yeah, it's just I just feel like I don't live stream enough to do that as much. But I don't know, maybe I will. Plan to go to any Glow Rider games? I would like to. Yeah. Hopefully I can go when the ballers are out there. If not, I'll just go out there for a game or two if I can. I'd like to do kind of a follow-up video, you know? Follow-up video to the Nuts video I did. Dracula is more affable to Jonathan Harker in the book at first, whereas Orlok was already rude to Harker in the film. Yeah, he was yeah, from the gate he was more like he wasn't even rude at first, just well, he was intimidating for sure. He was rude. Yeah, he was rude. I would consider it rude. I loved it though, man. I loved it. All right, I may just call it early tonight since this peach Pepsi just really put me in a bad mood. I'm just kidding. It is like drinking perfume though, which kind of sucks. Like the initial taste is good, and then the aftertaste is like perfume. I can't wait to show you guys my display case and stuff. It's coming along. I just got some new parts for it. Actually, it didn't have holes for the wires. I thought it did, but it didn't. So I got a little Dremel to drill some little holes. I had other ways to do it, but I got this Dremel, so that I can just make cleaner holes than just like. And I think the wiring I can do because I got some stands. So you guys know I got my mini stadiums. Like this is the giveaway stadium, but I also have the Danbury Mint stadiums, the nicer ones. Somewhere I got them, you know. Here. I got this Forbes Field right here. So I got these little spinning discs, so I can put it on the disc and it can spin. and my display case has lights, so it'll have lights, and I might add some lights too, but basically I'm gonna wire up the display case so that it has some power, and then the discs can spin. So I'll have a couple of these stadiums. Definitely not my whole collection because I have so many of these stadiums now, but I will have like a candlestick section with some of my giant stuff and all that. Because if you guys remember, I've shown on the live streams, I think I now have every version of Candlestick. I think I got them all, if I remember correctly. So I got the Danbury Mint, the good ones, Danbury Mint, football and baseball configuration, and I got the other company. It's called like Sports. Do I have one? It might be this. It's called like Stadium Collectibles. Some other brand. I have that in football and baseball configuration as well. So I have 4 big old candlestick stadiums. I got to figure out which ones I want to put. I still want to get like the Oakland Coliseum. They're just super expensive. They're more rare, I guess. And then I want to get the Astrodome one, of course. I have my little Astrodome that's usually here behind me. I already put it in the case. Because I do have, like I said, I have a weird affinity, man. I have a weird thing with the Astrodome. I don't know what it is. I have no connection to it. But just my whole life, I just always had a thing for the Astrodome. And, at least I got to go there and see it. But I have some Astrodome collectibles. I have a couple pieces of Astrodome AstroTurf, which is named after. So I have pieces of AstroTurf. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little Astrodome section of my Astrodome stuff, and I have a little Rickwood Field section, so I can put my my Satchel Paige here, and I'll probably put my Satchel Paige Kansas City one also in that section. But yeah, it's been fun. And join the Discord for updates on my display case. I will be posting more. You should have people on the live stream. All right, yeah, I'll try to do that. That's a good idea. I think you guys are right. If you're in the Discord, give me ideas. Who should I try to have on? Or if you have something interesting to say, then nominate yourself. My little Polo Grounds, dude. You don't have a little Polo Grounds, do you? Who out there has a little Polo Grounds where they're at right now, within arm's reach? Which live streamer has a mini Polo Grounds within their reach? Can Kai Cenat grab a mini Polo Grounds right now? Can I Show Speed get a little mini Polo Grounds? Hey, look, I don't know. Maybe he can. I just don't know. Tried to share my Predator Funko. Nice. Check that out. If you find the guy that wrote the Astros book, have him on. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. I just can't remember his name. I gotta go through the old live streams and find his name. Well, I guess it's probably easier to find his name by this now. I actually don't even remember how I found out the name of the book, so maybe he emailed me. Maybe I have his info there. I can't remember. But yeah, that's actually a good idea. That's a good idea. Jenny, you can be on too. You can tell all your stamping stories. It'd be really cool if you did like a 4-panel show. Everyone gets to share your Predator. Your Predator? Have opportunity to talk. There's a lot of YouTubers that do really well in the format with their live streams. All right, yeah, I can look into that. That's a good idea. I don't know if I should. Yeah, Sunday nights is a weird time for people, but maybe I could get some people on. I would like to do that. I could get some Ballers players probably, People out there, dude. There's people out there I could get on, Like I said, Gabriel Athletics no longer likes me, so he doesn't do it anymore. He refuses to be on the live stream. Instead, he rage baits me through his girlfriend. Makes his girlfriend jump out on the limb and rage bait me is what he does. So there's that. There is that, you know. Anyways, all right, I'm going to call it. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm floundering. We'll see what's up next week. We'll see what's up, dude. We'll see what's up. I'm ramped up for Buffalo. I'm set already. You know, 2 months away, or no, not even 2 months away. Little over a month. Little over a month away from Buffalo. I found some interesting family history stuff. Maybe I should talk about that. Actually, it's pretty crazy. Stuff I'm gonna look into, or maybe look into while I'm out there, if I have time and if it's not like a blizzard. I don't know though. You guys have a good one. Thank you for joining. As always, go watch Nosferatu if you haven't yet. Like right now, do it now. All right, talk to my lawyers, dude. All right, we're not dropping out of the race. I'll see you guys next week. Be blessed. Be well. Happy Thanksgiving. I didn't really talk about Thanksgiving because I didn't really have a Thanksgiving. I was working. So that's why that never came up. Mysterious Being 415 out of the woodwork. Have a good night. You are mysterious. All right, everyone have a good one. I got a bunch of videos ready to drop too. More stuff coming, some history stuff, if anyone cares about that. And some more sports stuff too. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch my 49er video from last week. It was a fun time. All right. Like, subscribe, share, do all the cool things cool kids do. Something or other tours. Now, variety. Vertlife.